Every day, millions of children around the world start their day right here. So as back to school week starts, let's explore the backbone of our education system. This is All Request History, the history of the school bus. Please hit subscribe and tell us what you'd like to learn about. It could be the next video on All Request History. Now, the story of the school bus dates back over a century, evolving alongside the education system itself. Let's rewind to the 1800s, a time when most children either walked to school or, if they were lucky, they could hitch a ride with a local farmer headed to town in his horse-drawn wagon. Question: is it safer to drive your kid to school or have them take the school bus? The answer is coming up. By the late 1800s, there was one person selected from the village to give the children a ride to the schoolhouse in town every morning. He would modify his wagon to carry several children. These became known as a kid hack, and a farmer was called a kid hack driver. Now, kid hack wagons were the earliest versions of the school bus. They were built with bench-style seats, and the exit was in the back, so when they got on and off, they wouldn't spook the horses. Now, with the advent of the automobile in the early 20th century, the school bus underwent a significant transformation. In 1914, Wayne Works, a company from Indiana, developed what is considered one of the first motorized school buses. It was a simple wooden carriage mounted on an automobile chassis, and it marked the beginning of a new era. This primitive repurposed hay wagon obviously lacked protection from the elements, and of course, there was not a whole lot of safety measures in place. As the 1920s and 30s rolled in, school buses became more sophisticated, with steel bodies and increased capacity. In 1927, a man named Albert Lawrence Luce, or A.L. Luce, ran two Ford dealerships in Georgia. A nearby construction company asked for a motorized truck that could transport cement workers to and from their work sites. The wooden bodies that were used at the time would wear out quickly when exposed to the weather and daily use. A.L. designed a longer-lasting steel body design and sold it to the cement company owner. By 1932, the concept took hold, more orders came in, and A.L. Luce began making these popular vehicles regularly, and he called it the Bluebird Body Company. They are now known as the Bluebird Corporation, and they're the second largest bus body manufacturer in the world. In 1939, an employee of Bluebird, Frank W Cyr, proposed the idea for the safest and most noticeable color for the bodies, and it became known as National School Bus Chrome. This is the same formula of yellow paint that's used today. Bluebird also standardized many of today's features like front engines, padded safety seats, pop-out windows, and rear emergency exits. In the decades that followed, the school bus continued to evolve. In the 50s and 60s, they saw introduction of safety features like flashing lights and stop arms. By the 1970s, school buses had become more standardized, with improvements in seating, construction, and overall safety. The 70s also saw the development of school bus designs to accommodate students with disabilities, with features like wheelchair lifts and specialized seating. Now, here's some more school bus fun facts. In the kid hack days, it was not unusual to see kids riding on top of the cart. If the space was crowded, kids would climb out onto the roof. Safety monitors obviously were not a thing yet. There are intentionally no seatbelts in school buses. Most all transportation safety experts agree that the high-back padded seats that children are compartmentalized in are safer than even automobile travel. We've all heard that air travel is the safest way to travel, but according to BTS, the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, with the exception of traveling in a private jet with less than 10 passengers, a school bus is the safest mode of transportation. Now, to answer our earlier question, there is no safer way to transport a child than the school bus. Fatal crashes involving school bus occupants are very rare, even though school buses serve daily in every community. In fact, every day, some 475,000 school buses transport more than 26 million children to and from school. And by the way, incidents are rarely because of the bus. It's caused by cars driven by, let me just say this. 66% of school bus accidents occur when the children are getting on and off the bus, and they're caused by other moving vehicles on the road while the bus is at a complete stop. Today, modern buses are equipped with advanced safety features, GPS tracking, and even eco-friendly designs, ensuring that students get to school more safely and efficiently. In recent years, there's been a push toward more environmentally friendly school buses, and many districts have started to adopt buses powered by compressed natural gas, electricity, or other alternative fuels. So let's close with 2 important points. 1, as we said, please drive safe around school buses, and 2, don't forget to tip your kid's driver at the holidays. Similar to teachers, these folks rarely get paid as much as they're worth.